So welcome to Sunday's VideoNAP and Twitter Tips Challenge. First of all, a quick reflection on Saturday's Epsom Derby. An exciting race. Considering there were 16 runners, there were no real hard luck stories. Haas and the deserving winner. US Army Ranger ran a cracker in second. It was nice to see those two reoppose at some point. Hopefully have another ding dong battle as they did, entering inside the final furlong at Epsom on Saturday. And Idaho ran another cracker as well. I expected him to run a decent race without winning, and that's what he did. And hopefully it might be a nice prize in him somewhere as well. Wings of Desire ran well, my main fancy. Maybe slight inexperience and babyshness, that's the word. Maybe they did for him, but he ran well, and hopefully with John Gosden's tutelage and whatnot, hopefully there'll be prizes in him. Some of the outsiders ran well. Red Verdon ran a good race. He did experience a bit of interference, up the straight, but it wouldn't have made a difference. He would never have won. Algomet ran a nice race. Hopefully that'll act as a nice prep for the Ledger, given I seem to remember he was making a lot of his main ground towards the end of the race. Massart ran okay. My other selection for the race. He travelled really well, but I just don't think he really saved the trip as I feared. Hopefully, providing that race hasn't taken too much out of him, he'd make for a good 10 furlong course in the future. And as for Clough of Stars' run, he travelled well, but maybe he just didn't seem to quite find. I'm not sure why, and if there's any excuse for his slightly tame way of finishing on Saturday. And Moonlight Magic, he ran, and obviously his draw wasn't ideal, but that's no excuse for the race he ran. I think that was too bad to be true, and hopefully he can bounce back to something like what he's shown when he won the trial in Leopardstown. So fast forward today's VideoNAP. It is going to be Frontiersman in the first at Goodwood. As I've mentioned in the blog, Charlie Appleby's doing very well with his first time outers, which is unusual for him because last season, especially a season before that as well with Charlie Appleby, you usually, when looking at maiden races, you could guarantee that his would almost certainly not win on debut, would need the run and be ones to back next time out. But this season he's been banging him in. He's had two at Haydock, he had Nasimi and Lucery. He had Blair House at Nottingham, and he had Boynton at Goodwood on Friday. This one is certainly bred in the purple, being out of Oaks winner at Ouija board by Dubawi, and it's quite a strong maiden, to be fair, but the money's come for him at the time of talking, which is Saturday evening, and I think he's got a really good chance, to be honest. As for today's Twitter Tips Challenge, well, I will be doing battle against Matt Clarkson, who won Saturday's edition with his next best of Haas, and putting him at the top with myself in second. As you may have seen on Twitter and on the blog, Friday's Twitter Tips Challenge was a bit of a shambles, to be honest. Not one of us had a winner, so I decided to make a tiebreaker race on Saturday evening to decide who would come forward for Sundays. It was the 8-10 at Newcastle, and out of Ethan, Jason and Ben, the best result was Ben, who picked Push Me out the three, had the best result, and he came second. So Ben is joining myself and Matt in today's TTC, today being Sunday, in case you thought that I was meaning today, Saturday, and I got it wrong. No, Sunday. So there are sections underneath. What else have we got? Underneath as well, I've got a good friend of mine, George Saul. He knows his football, to be fair to him. He thinks he knows his horse racing, and I've educated him a bit about it. If he's watching this, a bit, but he's still got a lot to learn to know as much as me. Well, I say that, to be honest, but he probably knows more than me anyway, to be honest. But yeah, he's got a football preview for Euro 2016. He knows his onions. I suggest you take a look at that, because he's got a lot of good stuff to say about football, and I'll definitely take his advice on board. So yeah, sorry if you're offended by that, George, about my comment about you not knowing about as much about horse races as me. I do apologise, because you are learning, and under my tutelage and my education, you're going to learn a whole lot more, hopefully, as the years go on. Anyway, I digress completely. Yeah, I wish you the best of luck with whatever you're backing in the French Derby or the Prix du Jockey Club, with my French accent there. And yeah, best of luck. Enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy the French Open final on the Le Français Gallique theme. Hopefully Andy Murray can do the business. Yeah, if you're a fan of his, which I am. But yeah, best of luck. Enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy the Sunday roast. Enjoy the nice weather. And goodbye.